We have this GQ article written about Louis C.K. and his new policy doing stand-up. Now, I'm sure this is written by a frothing at the mouth SJW who's unfunny, and I probably won't agree with anything of his assessment, but I'll give you my thoughts on the article. So, the title is, Louis C.K. does not consent to you sharing his new material. Basically, it's a play on he masturbated in front of women without consent. So, trying to own him. By Luke Darby. And there's Luke Darby himself. And, yes, he looks exactly like I would think someone who writes for GQ would look like. Not stylish. Louis C.K. is still trying to make his comeback. He's been popping up at comedy clubs that refuse to announce beforehand that he'll be performing. Which I think is kind of lame, but okay. Probably hoping to avoid angry hecklers like the woman who yelled, "Get your dick out" at him last year. Now, CK is going to an entirely new level to protect himself from criticism, threatening to sue any audience member who shares his material. And that, I gotta be real, that's very corny, Louis. Like, what are you doing, dude? For just announced performances in Minneapolis, CK is requiring that clubs have audience members use Yonder pouches, small pockets that prevent cell phone use. Under normal circumstances, that might be seen reasonable. But CK is also sending the clubs disclaimers that copyright everything he says in his routine and threatening all legal remedies against anyone who uses any form of media to share his performance. Now, I know what Chappelle does, those pouches and stuff. So far, his new material has mostly consisted of tired jokes about transgender people and the Parkland students. Are they really that tired? I mean, didn't that Parkland thing just happen? Not like we've had 30 years of Parkland jokes or 30 years of transgender jokes. So are they really tired? Unfunny guy writing this. And here's the thing. Copyright. Louis C.K. owns all rights in the content and materials, including any jokes and sketches. The materials delivered during his performance. The materials may not be copied, translated, transmitted, displayed, distributed, or reproduced verbatim. The use, in whole or in part, in any form, media or technology, now known or later developed, without the express prior written consent of Louis C.K. Any use of the materials without the express prior written consent of Louis C.K. is strictly prohibited and shall be subject to all available legal remedies, whether in equity or at law, at the cost of anyone who violates this prohibition. And then he puts up this tweet. Louis C.K. is performing in Minneapolis soon, and the comedy club sent out a notice because he doesn't post tour dates anymore. In addition to adding Yonder pouches to his gigs, he also requires them to share his copyright notice that I have never before seen a comedian share or post. I got some experience with this. Remember when his set leaked with the Parkland jokes? I posted about 10 minutes of it, and he did do a copyright takedown, which is fine. It was months ago, but the fact that he's bringing it to the comedy clubs now, that's kind of weird, though. I got, like, you did your thing at a comedy club, and it ended up on YouTube, you take it down, but my God. The comedian's fall from grace happened at breakneck speed in 2017, after the New York Times exhaustively detailed accusations that he'd exposed himself to female comedians and leveraged his influence to keep them from stopping him. This isn't the behavior of someone who's reflected, grown, shown remorse, and asked for forgiveness. Instead, it smacks of someone who's hoping to wait out the storm of public opinion and carry on as though nothing has happened. And no one captured the irony better than Top Chef host Padma Lakshmi, who tweeted, "Oh, so Louis C.K. cares about consent." See, now these are SJWs, and who cares what they say. he had a point in this article, but he messed it up. Meaning, he might be right about that's what Louis C.K. is trying to do, and the intent of it is to wait it out, because that's really all you got to do with any scandal, just wait it out, and it will go away. However, I think Louis is going about it the wrong way. Hell yeah, let your material out there. See, I think Louis is falling for the unfortunate thing of a couple of people complain on Twitter, and some people in Hollywood complain, so he's like, oh, I'm going to back off. Dude, you could sell out Madison Square Garden tomorrow if you wanted to. Will you have some hecklers? Yeah, and then be very extreme about it and smash them. That's what Louis should do. I don't know if he will do it, but I must say, this is going to extraordinary lengths for your material not to get out there. I mean, not even releasing your tour dates. So, like, you're not even informing your fans, the people who want to go. See, that's the weirdest thing. Like, you're kind of asking for this. Like, he's kind of asking for this backlash because he's just trying to catch people by surprise. Meaning, like, if I went out to see, I don't know, some comedian, and then I find out Louis C.K. is going to be there that night. Well, then, if I don't like Louis C.K., that kind of, like, springs him on me, whether if Louis C.K. announced tour dates a month in advance, and all the Louis C.K. fans can come. And if there's hecklers, all right, both of them won't be hecklers. I don't know, but I don't know, very corny by Louis in my position. But the person who writes this article is a cornball, too. So, but yes, I guess Louis C.K. not giving consent to share his material, record it, talk about it. Reading of that thing, my God, if you went up to your buddy and spoke Spanish, Louis C.K.'s act, he will sue you.